coffee is a great medium just for conversation. Some people have a glass of wine, some people drink beer. We have a coffee and we sit there and through conversation, it's just this thing to hold and be around while we're doing it. It's like a purpose. It's like I come in here to buy this product, to have this experience, and while I'm here, I have to deal with you. And that went from having to deal with you from a customer service standpoint to wanting to be around you, and then to trusting and respecting you. And it took that entire little journey to get, and it all started with I wanted to consume a product or have Wi-Fi or whatever it was. It was just the reason to be together. When I was young, I had kind of a poor experience with the church, in that I went to a very, very conservative church as a child, and all the people that I knew were within those walls, and all of the time I spent socially were inside of those walls. My worth system that I built inside of me, how I judged myself, how I saw myself, was all built on a set of rules that I viewed other people attaining or saying they attained, and I knew deep inside of me that I wasn't attaining that. Couple that with being creative and artistic, and just all around curious, that just led me to a place where I was like, I'm not succeeding, I don't feel good. And when I was 16, I was given just enough freedom to not have to pursue that anymore. I decided for myself that I would rather, if I was going to feel bad all the time, that I would much rather find a way to feel good, even if it was fleeting, which it was. That led me to music. I had an insane love for music. I decided to work in the music field, in production. I experienced the downfall of the economy like everyone else did, and there just wasn't a whole lot of demand for sound engineers. So I ended up back with my parents. Just there I am, right back in my parents' house. Nothing to do. They didn't have internet, which was crazy. Was just looking for something to do. Googled up coffee houses, 'cause there's somewhere to be, somewhere with internet, Wi-Fi. And sure enough, there's one, Safe House Coffee Roasters, top one on Google, and I was like, okay, I'll have that one, that'll be fine. It was in this old warehouse, in like the back room of a warehouse, like 400 square feet. It's tiny, tiny, tiny. And sure enough, the light was on, so I open the door, I walk in, and there's a guy that's sitting by himself, hasn't seen anyone in months, it looked like. And he looks up at a customer and was like, hey, and he was excited. I've never seen somebody so excited. So he went and found a French press and a water boiler, and he poured the coffee on, together, and I drank it, and kind of had a good time. And I was like, okay, this was neat. Maybe I'll come back here. Sure enough, 2 or 3 days later, I was like, I'll go back to that coffee place. It had Wi-Fi, and he would let me sit in his little warehouse. 2 years later, I find myself in that coffee shop with the guy that was alone on MySpace, converting my life back to Christ. And it was the most real, most good experience. It wasn't forced. I felt good enough. I felt worthy of his time. I felt worthy of Jesus' love for the first time ever. I'd always been told that it was there, and I'd always been told that it was free and I could have it whenever I wanted it. But someone finally said it in a way that I gave into it. I was vulnerable, and I just let it all happen. He didn't have a goal. His goal was just to make me feel welcome. Classic customer, like hospitality, customer service. And I didn't have to be a certain way. I didn't have to speak a certain way. I didn't have to I didn't have to tuck my shirt in, that kind of stuff. I could just be whoever I was. And he just let me be me. And sure enough, it worked. It's not so much that coffee did it, it's that I wanted coffee, or I wanted an experience, and that got me there. And after I was there, then respect and trust and seeing people live out the light of Jesus, it happened to me because I wanted a cup of coffee. And I see that happen every day in my life now.